Hi, and welcome to Geordie Rambles, the channel where I walk, talk and explore. Today's walk took me to Stratford-upon-Avon on what was a wet and rainy day. I passed many cultural and architectural landmarks as I walked along the river. And today I talked about that mind trap of comparing ourselves to others. Don't forget to check out my other walks around London, in the North East and all over the UK, where I talk about all sorts of different themes all around well-being. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video, and stay tuned for more walks coming up soon. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy. So I've just made it to Stratford station. It's quite wet today, but it's a river walk, so it should be fairly flat and I can stop if needs be. So I'm going to go head through Stratford now and try and find the river and start the walk. We're now looking at Tramway Bridge. This bridge was built in 1826 and originally was used for horse and car only, so no pedestrians and no traffic. And here we are at the River Avon, which we're going to be following. This is the Royal Shakespeare Company Theatre on the river, and it's a really impressive and beautiful building. So it looks like the Royal Shakespeare Company have got a second venue called The Other Place. It's a great name, sounds quite mysterious. Love the hands, the fingers pointing as well. It all adds to the vibe of somewhere different to the main venue. I think what's really important on days like today is just to come out, basically. Like, it's really wet, but the opportunity came to come and visit Stratford, and I'm staying over tonight. There's accommodation, and you've got to just say yes, even though like conditions aren't great for walking. You can't, and again, this applies to lots of things. You can't wait until the perfect time. Got to do it now. I can always come back and film again. And to be honest, even when I got here and I thought, oh, this isn't going to work, it's too wet, I think you've just got to go for it. So this is Holy Trinity Church. This church is, of course, most well known for where William Shakespeare was both baptised and buried. It's funny to imagine this was just a working church at one point, as opposed to now where it's a major, I don't want to say tourist attraction, but, you know, place of interest for people to visit. It's amazing how quickly we've gone out of Stratford-upon-Avon and all the sounds have dropped away, and we're very much kind of out in the countryside. Quite early on, which is really nice. Oh, apologies, I'm on a bit of a thin path. I wanted to actively express some gratitude that it's not windy at all, and the route for the most part is very flat. And I think for me, I'm really bad at being like grateful for the good things. If it's to do with me, if it's to do with someone else, I'm always grateful for what everyone else brings, and I'm always expressing gratitude to others. But to myself, it's like, oh well, you've chosen a rainy day to go and do this, and it's sort of always on the negative. So I'm sort of actively saying I'm grateful for the fact that it's not windy, it's not cold either, that it's not warm, but considering we're mid-January, not that cold, so I'm grateful for that. I'm terrible as well, like if someone falls over, and as long as they're all right obviously, but if someone falls over, I find it really funny. I know it's so juvenile and ridiculous, but I have to walk away, especially if the person who's fallen over, doesn't find it funny, which, you wouldn't if you got a shock but I just find people falling over hilarious. And that goes for myself. Like if I fall over, I've had times I've fallen over and I was laughing so much I just couldn't even get back up. And people have thought I was crying, but no, awful. But let's hope I don't fall over, especially not on camera. River's now down on the right, and we're going through some more sort of fields. I say sort of fields, they are fields. Ooh. It's funny with coming here today, I wasn't sure whether I was going to come. There's some uncertainty going on at the minute and some things I sort of need to look into. And a bit of me was like, oh, almost feels like I was skiving coming here, but it's not that at all. Like being out and doing this is like, for me, it's like the ultimate self-care, and I'm not going to be able to manage the stuff going on if I'm not well enough. So for me, this is actually a way of taking care of myself, and I have to remind myself of that. As we all do, as you do, you have to make sure you're looking after yourself. And sometimes when something might feel like, I don't know, indulgent, it's actually not. It could be essential to make sure you're all right, to move forward in whatever situation you're in. So this is Stanley's Bridge. And I know we're in Stratford-upon-Avon. And there's loads of like fantastic architectural feats and bridges and history. But there's something, I just absolutely love the design. It probably isn't showing up great on camera, but it's so rusted as well. This used to be a former railway line, which is sort of quite a classic story for lots of walking routes. But yeah, Stanley's Bridge, absolutely love it. So I've found the first and only sort of park bench on the route, and I've stopped to have my lunch, as you've seen. Yep, it's still raining, but I've got to admit, like, my waterproof stuff's done really well. Like, everything's remained waterproof. Like the trousers, I'm totally dry, so I'm really happy. Like, I've bought waterproof stuff slowly over the years because obviously it's very, very expensive, but today's proved it's definitely worth having. The only thing I don't have is like waterproof gloves. Oh, mime artist. I don't have any waterproof gloves, so that's something I'm definitely going to invest in. I'm sitting here like it's some sort of like lovely summer's day and I'm just chilling. It was meant to be just a pit stop, but I'm actually dry enough, so it's been quite nice to stop and reflect, even though it is, pissing it down. Teeny tiny tree. Today I'm going to talk about comparing ourselves to others. It's something most of us do or have done all our lives. Like, I know for me, as far as I can remember, I was always comparing myself to others. And for me, it's never ever got me anywhere. It's never produced anything productive. It's never enhanced my life to compare yourself to others. But why do we do it? Why do humans end up comparing ourselves to others? What is it? It's just interesting to think about, from like a psychological perspective. But I'm always, even now, I catch myself comparing myself to everyone around me. And the narrative for that for me is always that everyone else is doing better. And it's just not that simple. It's not that black and white. Everyone's journey that they're on is so unique, and everyone's circumstances that's got them to where they are is so specific to them, you know, like their childhood and things like that. And don't get me wrong, being inspired by others and being like, and you know, encouraging other people and seeing what they do and thinking, wow, that's amazing. That's what we should be doing. For me, and like my own almost like my self-narrative, like I'm nearly 40, well, not nearly 40, but I'm not far off 40. I don't have what I'd consider a career. I've had lots of different jobs and, you know, I keep trying to find a job I like, but don't have a career, don't own a house, don't have any kids. Being totally honest, sometimes I find that a bit like I've done something wrong, or the self-narrative in my head tells me I've done something wrong, and you know, you don't have these things. But equally, if you flipped it, like I get to live in like one of the most internationally renowned cities in the world. I've got to tour with a famous sort of contemporary theatre company over the years, internationally and nationally. So I've got to visit all of the UK. I've got an amazing partner, fantastic friends, not loads of friends, but a fantastic small group of friends. And when you look at those two narratives next to each other, this one where what I don't have and what I do have, both are true, but it just, why, I guess I'm questioning, why do I always look down the negative one, that negative route about what I don't have? The main times I always compare myself to others as well is when I've got low mood. That's usually when that thought trend starts, and I sort of start seeing everyone around me and believe they're better than me, or they're doing better than me, and then I sort of, it sounds silly, but I almost don't want to be around them because I'm embarrassed because I'm not doing so well, which is so ridiculous because I don't surround myself with people who would think like that. I surround myself with people who would be cheering for me and would want me to do well, as should you. We should all try and surround ourselves with people who are going to uplift us and make us, you know, feel better. I've been filming this video in a much higher definition, but as a result, it's totally blitzed my battery on my phone. I think I'm on like 20%, and it's not even 2:30, but I can already feel like the day's drawing in. It's all getting very dramatic, isn't it? Well, as dramatic as a riverside walk along from Stratford-upon-Avon can be. I've turned around, so the river's now on that side of me. I'm turning back the way I came, and I'm coming back. But it's been lovely, really nice. And I'm really happy I came out. You know what, even if my phone dies in the next hour or so and I can't manage to vlog everything, I'm happy that I got this much done, you know what I mean? I might do the sign off from my accommodation where it'll be, you know, warm and dry. Just jumping back to what I was saying about comparing ourselves to others as well. And this is going to sound really cheesy, and I think analogies are cheesy. And if someone said this to me, I'd be like, it struck me the other day. I was out on a jog, and when I'm out on a jog, I always, faster people pass me by. Always. There's always faster runners going past me. And equally, I always overtake people who aren't running as fast as me. And I guess the point is, God, it's so cheesy and cringe. But at least we're all out running. At least we're all out doing the thing. Doesn't matter what speed we're going at. We're all out there trying. And that is true for life, I think. And I know how cheesy and cringe it is, and it's oversimplistic as an analogy, but it just hit me the other day on a run when I saw people passing me, and it caused me going, why aren't I, oh God, I've been running for ages, why aren't I going as fast as them? And then overtaking other people and wondering, you know, and it just hit me, it's like we're all going at our own speed, but we're all trying, and that by far is the most important thing. And I know how cringe, as I say, cringe and cheesy that is. I'm about an hour till I'm back to Stratford now, and the waterproofs have done amazing, but they are giving way now. Everything is starting to feel quite damp. I think I need to go down here to follow the river. Oh, sugar, that's quite steep. Hang on. Hi, so I've made it back. My phone did die. Totally ran out of battery, totally flat. It also stopped working for a bit, so just totally malfunctioned and couldn't get it to turn back on. All my waterproofs were no longer waterproof. Everything was soaked through. But I'm back, I've had a shower, and I feel great. And I did still really, really enjoy the walk. So thank you for joining me on what was a very, very wet day out. Don't forget to give the video a like and to subscribe to the channel for more walks all over the UK, hopefully. And I'll see you next time.